Good day. You would fancy buying a Mercedes W124, but you don't know what to look for. You don't know what could go wrong with it. You don't know. You need some help. So you would like some kind of buying guide. Well, I will try in that video to help you on this matter. In my opinion, there's two types of things we need to look for. First off, the price, and two, if you are keen to do any work on the car or not. So obviously, depending on your budget, if for instance you want to buy, let's say for instance a 500e, which are quite rare, they're usually very pricey. If you want to buy one of those convertible as well, they're usually very expensive. But if you have the means, there's no problem. And usually those cars are kept in garage, which means that they are in pristine condition. So in that case, well, just go for it and that's it. Now, not everybody can afford those type of cars, so you might want to go for one with a few things that are cheaper. But in that case, obviously, are you mechanically oriented or not? If that's not the case, I would advise you to go for a car between 4,000 and 6,000. I think you should have a pretty good car in your hands in that price range. So if you're not mechanically oriented, you can drive the car and you'll be able to do many kilometers without having problems, usually. Anything can happen, obviously, like any car, but you should have quite a lot of peace of mind. Now, there are cars of that range that are cheaper. Some of them, they give them away. That has happened to a friend of mine. But obviously, there are work to be done on the car, which very often is easy. But if you are mechanically oriented, then that's good. So that's what I'm going to show you on this car. What I look for and what needs to be done, what I've seen so far, and obviously you'll have an idea more or less. Let's have a look. This is the car I've purchased. I've washed it 3 times and there's still some dirt on it. It's been sitting in a workshop for 7 years. It's a 300D. So it needs a very good polish. So there's a few dings on the car. I will show you, like here for instance. There's varnish problem, normal. There's a bit of paint missing. But anyway, for those years, what do you expect? There's a problem on the bumper here. There's a wheel that loses air. So I'll have to fix that as well. I need to clean the car more, polish it obviously. The bumper, I've never seen that ever. It actually fell off, but that was before I drove it. So I've used some strings to hold it, like so. And so like that I could drive it. And that was okay. So I will have to fix it as well. The grille has some knocks. And this can be removed, so that's cool. What else can I tell you about this car? From the outside, well, this as well, but that's nothing. This can be easily replaced. So that's everything from outside. Now I will show you the car from the inside, and I love the inside because it's absolutely beautiful. I haven't washed it, nothing. It came like that. I brought it like that. But it's the seats absolutely in perfect condition. The door panels as well. And for 800 euro, I think it's very good. Look at the wood, the seats. It's quite neat. And this, the dash, usually it's cracked. So if it's not cracked, you can tell that this car has been garaged for a long time. If it was sitting outside, it would have been cracked, that's for sure. Let me show you the other side. Here, it's a very common problem that this get dripped. So we can see there's a little bit of wear, but not much. So it's still very good. And here we go. So that's the inside. The doors as well, we can see it stopped properly, it should, so there's nothing to be changed here as well. The roof is falling, so this I will have to glue it. I'm not too sure if I will make a video about this because it's just to clean it and apply glue, but we never know. You tell me if you want to see a video about this or not. So some people will be scared looking at this. That's very common on Range Rover as well. But as you can see, it's quite neat. So when the interior is as neat as this, it's usually a good sign. And it's usually a sign that the car has been taken care of. Now, things that I look for, obviously, are the engine and the transmission. Okay. When I went and purchased that car, it was absolutely stone cold, never been started in years. We pull up the hood, fitted the battery, and it started immediately. So that's a very good sign. Now if you come and see the car and the engine is hot, that's not good. Maybe the guy started before because the car's got problem to start. So be very careful with that. In case, just ask the person that's selling it not to start the car, so like that you can see how it goes. Anyway, if it doesn't start properly, it can be just the glow plugs, but sometimes it's a bit more serious. Okay, so anyway, when the engine starts, the sound of the engine, is it good, is it bad, are there any noises? Obviously that's something you need to look at, because obviously if you need to have the engine overhauled or changed, it's pricey. Okay, the transmission is the same thing. Okay, if you got the gears don't come in, stuff like that, to have the gearbox redone or replaced is expensive. Okay, but apart from that, that's the only thing that scares me. Really, another thing, I'm sorry, I got puppies that are playing here, you might hear that on the video. Another thing, for instance, you see the air filter, you got some clips here to open. If for instance some are missing, you think, okay, maybe missing, but if you look on the engine bay or inside the car and you can see things have been dismantled, put back again, but badly placed, or if you can see that for instance a bolt here, it should be the same here, one is different, they're not the same size, etc. It's not a good sign. It's a sign of a car that's been neglected. This personally, I move away, because if I notice that now, God knows what I will find out. Okay? So that's personally what would scare me. Okay, so you've seen more or less what I look for, and you must understand that there's not really a guide to buy a car. The only guide, you should give it yourself, and that should be you, the guide, to see what car is good or not. As I say, it all depends on the money you've got in on your bank account and how much you can work on the car. So you are the one that need to make the balance on this. Okay. For instance, this car, when I bought it, obviously I realized the bumper was on the floor. Can I fix it? I'll try. If I can't, I buy another one. That's it. I go to a junkyard and I swap it. Done deal. There's a little ding. It's aesthetic. Does it really matter? No, the car can be driven like that. If it really bothers me, I change it. Not a big deal either. It was full of dust. Obviously, I couldn't see the state of the paint, but it will be polished. So that's not really a big deal. You know, it will take some elbow grease and done. Obviously, I've noticed immediately when I saw the car that the space here between the fender and the wheel is very low, so I knew the suspension had to be changed. So obviously I will change them. The lowest you can get is $60 for the pair. If you go for Bilstein, well, that would be $400, $500. It all depends what you want. Okay, but easy to change as well. You've seen the video. The wiper needs to be changed. It doesn't wipe anymore, but this is very low. When you look at the doors, check the seals. Seals that are here, because if they need to be replaced, this can be a bit expensive, but this won't prevent you driving the car. So at the end of the day, but as I say, it's for you to see. Okay, have a look as well how open the doors. See, you should stop here and you should be able to open it more. Okay, if it doesn't work, no big deal, you change this here and that's done. I've made a video as well. Check the door close. That's it, close quite well. This one too. Okay, so it stops. One thing you should be careful of as well, if you buy a car that's close to the sea, be very careful because the air contains a lot of salt. So usually when you open the bonnet you will see quite a bit of rust. You should see some. That's a sign. And then when you open the door, look under and you should see some rust. You know, and below the chassis, don't be scared to go under the car, have a look at it, and you'll see usually some bad things. Okay, but apart from that, as I say, have a look at the car in general. Can find the faults. Can you make it? Can you not make it? Can you repair it, etc. And it should be easy. Okay, it shouldn't be a problem. If you see that it's going to be a bit difficult, pull away. Okay. Well, that's it. I hope that you have liked the video. I'm sorry if I haven't answered everything, but if you have any comments, place it on the comments and I will try to answer as soon as possible. Sometimes I see the messages on the mobile, but I don't see all messages. I'm not too sure why. And sometimes when I connect onto the computer, I see more messages. So I'm sorry if I don't answer immediately. But in any case, if there's something you would like to know, well, ask me, and if I can answer, I will do so. Okay. Well, until then, I hope this would have helped you, and we'll see each other in the next one. Take care. Ciao.